Hey guys, Brittany here with Second Chance Canine. We're actually starting a new series, Dog Training 101, where we answer common questions or take questions from you guys. So if you have any questions that you want answered by me or one of our other trainers, Rachel, Jonathan, just submit it under in the comments and we will try to get to your question as well. But we're going to take kind of some of the most common questions first to kick off this series. So Jonathan, what is our first question?
All right, Brittany. The question I have for you is what is the difference between a service animal, a therapy dog, and an emotional support dog?
Okay, so we get this question all the time, probably one of our most common questions. And so to break it down, a service dog is connected to the ADA, the Americans with Disability Act. Okay, and that basically states that an American with a disability can have a dog assist them in any environment, whether that's the grocery store, the airplane, things like that. Now, with a service dog, though, to be qualified under the ADA, that dog does have to be able to perform a task to assist the person with the disability. Okay. So that's where you see your seeing eye dogs, your medical alert dogs, your mobility dogs. Things like that. So they are trained to perform a certain task to assist an American or a citizen with a disability. Okay, and that allows them to really go anywhere a service dog is allowed. Okay, so grocery stores, airplanes, apartment buildings, any store, any venue. Okay, there is no requirement to have them certified or registered, but the owner of an establishment can ask what the dog is trained to do or what task the dog is trained to perform. They cannot ask about the disability itself, but they can ask about that task. Okay. So that's a service dog. A therapy dog is the dog that you see going into the hospitals, nursing homes to provide support for the residents there, or the clients there. Those dogs are trained to provide that emotional support, and they are actually certified or registered to do so. Technically, a therapy dog does not require any kind of certification, but to be able to go into a hospital or a nursing home or an establishment like that, you will have to be registered or certified through a therapy dog organization. And those organizations are the ones that actually put you in touch with the hospitals and the nursing homes and establishments that need a therapy dog. Okay. Um, so, a lot of times for a therapy dog, the training consists of your basic obedience, as well as just kind of temperament testing, being calm natured or well obedient, as well as having kind of the basic commands that are needed for control over your dog. Okay, so a lot of those therapy dog organizations do start with requiring a Canine Good Citizen certification. Okay, we do Canine Good Citizen evaluations through Second Chance Canine. I am an approved evaluator. Rachel is as well. Jonathan's in the process of getting his. And so we can do Canine Good Citizen evaluations if that is something that you're wanting to pursue with your dog being a therapy dog. But you will have to be connected with a therapy dog organization. And then finally, an emotional support animal. An emotional support animal doesn't really have any specific training. They're more for emotional support. A lot of times, a doctor can write a prescription for an emotional support animal, but emotional support animal does not have the same rights that like a service dog animal has. They can't go into grocery stores or be in the cabin of the airplane. They do have certain rights as far as like housing is concerned and things like that. But an emotional support animal is technically not trained in any specific way. They are simply for emotional support. They're a companion. And so an emotional support animal doesn't even have to be a dog, it can be any kind of animal. but that really kind of helps you with specific housing, and a doctor can help you with that as well. So that's the difference in the three. As far as what we do here at Second Chance Canine, we do not do any kind of task specific training. So we do not train for service work. We do not train service dogs. We do basic obedience. We do obedience out in public, somewhat of public access, and so your dog could be trained to be a therapy dog and pass that Canine Good Citizen certification, but we don't do any kind of service work or things like that. But we would love to work with your dog if you just want some basic training for your companion, for your pet, or if you are thinking about pursuing your dog being a therapy animal and you want to kind of start that process.